All over the world, including India, economies started to open up. So this was considered as a strategy or as a plan which would raise everyone's standard. Everyone would come up. In this modern economy, it's mainly a consumer or a market driven economy. So you have your choice of inexpensive items. Inexpensive is another word for affordable things you can buy. Trade barriers would drop to support even more expansion. The best example is Manipur is sharing a border with Myanmar, with Burma. It's not just the trade coming in from Burma, there's even a lot of trade going from India to Burma also. Globalization has been a good thing for many developing countries. Now they have more access to world markets. They can also export cheap goods. Also for multinational corporations. So for the working people, blue or white collar, it has not been so good because it leads to deindustrialization. Blue collar jobs are the workers who actually work with their hands. The name comes from 1920s when the workers actually they wore darker clothes, for example jeans. Now the white collar is different. Suit and tie workers, those who work sit in a formal dress. People working in the offices. This is also a part of education. Of course, it's up to you. You can do both or you can choose. But having a white collar job is always preferable and it's a more stable income. But globalization is actually little complicated. For a student, I want to make it a little less uncomplicated. The simple thing to understand is that don't jump to any conclusion. Below that there's a sign called Me Too. He is also on the right side actually. But actually he is on the left side. So don't draw a conclusion too quickly. Think, look at both sides. Look at the pros and the cons and then draw your conclusion. Okay, the first point is that the potential. It can make the world a better place and it can solve some of the deep problems. The problems which are very deep, it doesn't go away very easily. For example, Manipur has a long, deep problem of unemployment. Poverty, not so much because our society is quite helpful. We help each other, we support each other. But globalization, if it comes, if factories come up, if more industries come up, business comes up, it will solve these problems and make it better. So it has the potential. Free trade actually means the opposite of something we studied in the previous classes called mercantilism. Mercantilism means governments are very strict. They don't allow much trade or much imports from outside. But free trade is supposed to reduce that, to remove that, and other barriers or restriction between nations. Remember, globalization is among nations. But in practice, in the reality, this is not true all the time. There are still many barriers to free trade. Even in G20 countries, for example, they have put more than 1,200 restrictive or restriction on export and import since 2008, in the last 12 years. Okay, second point, globalization should represent free trade and global economic growth and create competition. But in many cases, this doesn't work because countries also manipulate their currency. $1 equals nearly 75 rupees. So, if you have more dollars, your value is more. So, most people like to hold on to dollars. Okay, the fourth point, the poor countries, they get a lot of foreign capital and technology and they also develop economically. People get jobs, their economy improves. So this is supposed to create a condition in which democracy and human rights can flourish. Some countries have achieved it, but most countries have not achieved it. What is democracy? Democracy is a type of government in which power lies with the people, of the people, by the people, for the people. Even the word people is repeated 3 times. So it's a people-based system. So you could say that it's all business. So the world is actually a big market now for companies and consumers. They have so many different access to products of different countries. So gradually a world power is being created instead of compartmentalized power sectors. So what is that world power? That power is simply big business or money. In any world problem that is being faced, nobody will like to be in the losing side. So they will take a decision that is beneficial for people all over the world. The cultural intermingling. All of you are wearing a Western dress, maybe you listen to a Western song. More than your lessons, maybe you will know the lyrics to a rap song, you will know the pictures of football stars or movie stars, or let us say Instagram or TikTok stars. You will know their names, you will know about their culture. This is 100% true. The cultural intermingling takes place. Corporations and governments, nobody wants a problem, and instead of fighting over it, they always talk about it and try to improve it. Socially, also, people tend to become more open and tolerant towards each other. And people who live in other parts of the world are not considered aliens. This is true in many cases, in most cases. That is why tourism is such a big industry. Point number 13. Labor. Natong ho hi. You can go from country to country if you are skilled. They can all go out and work. They are doing it all the time. Now there is just one problem with this, is that when labor moves, it creates a problem with the existing labor. So this is the advantage of globalization, but the disadvantage is that it always increases your deficit. Now for a student, classwork and homework. Your homework is your real strength, your power. The more you do your homework, the stronger you become. The general complaint, everyone complains about globalization, is that the rich become richer and the non-rich or the not so rich become even poorer. Now globalization is supposed to be free trade where all barriers are eliminated, but still there are barriers. For example, it can be as high as 21.6% in Europe. And USA, they don't even have VAT, for example. When tax is high, people tend to avoid it. Now the biggest problem for developed countries is that jobs are lost and transferred to lower cost countries. But companies are where all the finances, money is held, and politics and money, there's a very close relationship. So naturally it will affect the political decisions. In the market, there are always copies of products. This is not KitKat, it is Catcott, Nkia. And then Adidas is DAIADS. You see this all the time. So this is how copying takes place all the time, for watches, for shoes, for clothes, for phones. When we look at globalization, we have to look at whether it is working or it's not working. Let's say for online class, frankly, honestly, you don't get discouraged, but it is working only for few of you. And the result we will know when we have a test. Now the UNDP or UN Development Program, it reports that in the world, 20% of the richest people, they consume or they enjoy 86% of the world's resources. When you take away 20%, you're left with 80%. They're left with only 14%. So this is the great disadvantage of globalization. Now the next point, now during Corona, I think COVID-19, nobody will forget this. This is directly responsible for communicable diseases. Yes, convenience is there and speed is there, but speed is also there when there is a communicable disease. Next thing is about labor. Labor is exploited, yes. And another danger is human trafficking. It means the illegal labor. It's a criminal industry rather, which also directly related to globalization. Now, even if Corona was not there, this is one of the problem. So do you have to blame this mobile phone? Now, did anyone tell you to play PUBG and instead of studying? Nobody, isn't it? But still, one started, the other started. Oh, I must start. I must do this. Eventually, you are not earning your income of your family, your parents, your mother, your father, whoever is looking after you. That will come down. Now this has a negative effect, especially with globalization. We don't need to compete on these material things, but this is the materialism of the globe that is very much there now. What we should be competing in, we are not competing. Now nations also do the same thing. We look at globalization as a tsunami. You can't really stop it. It's coming in waves. We cannot really stop it, but we can do something to slow it down. When you go too fast, some people who can run are far ahead, but those who can't run, they get tired, they get left behind. Those who are already behind, they should not be even further behind. There are four things that are missing. One is leadership. It all comes down to the human quality. When you have a good leader in any situation of politics or business, everyone will get the fair treatment. And I hope one day you will take leadership. Leadership is a condition where you become more and more unselfish. Next is to have a balance. Now, a balance not just in trade or business, it needs to understand how the market works. Next is to have agreements. Trade agreements in globalization are important, and rather lasting agreements are important. In business, there are no permanent enemies, there are only permanent interest. You got to stop the idea rather that I know everything. Na ki chi sa ngai lo so for a student, for anyone. No one can stand alone. At some point, you will need your friends, you will need your family, you will need your colleagues, everyone. Next is rules. Rules are very important. Globalization also, the rules are there, but everyone is a little cunning or jaunthy. No, how do you say? They break the rules. Globalization, the previous waves have been quite successful rather. A lot of people came out of poverty and we should appreciate that. Even buying a flat screen TV also is very common now. Even a smartphone is very common now. Even buying cars is very common now. Building houses is common now. Everyone's standard has indeed come up. So we should appreciate that. Next, we also got to understand that globalization, there will be winners, there will be losers. And for you, I hope you are not on the losing side. Globalization is mainly about making smart choices. You make the smart choices now and you get the benefit later. By the way, metric is also a competition, frankly speaking. It's a state level competition. There will be pass, there will be fail, there will be, let's say, letter mark, there will be top 10, top 25. There will also be the bottom, those who get compartment, those who fail. So it will be there. Just that, as I told you, make the right choice. So globalization is about the right choice. So even if there are perfect agreements, there will always be losers because of competition. And competition is good for everyone, but not everyone can handle it. So if you are not ready for competition, don't join that competition. Join it only when you are ready. So there's always new technology being developed. Right now also new technology we are using with your smartphone, with Zoom, with WhatsApp. Use it. Use it for your advantage.